Welcome back, everyone. We handled our behind the scenes business leading up to our Thursday night game against the Packers. So we went through practice and upgrading and all that. But we were also able to re sign a couple of our guys who were on expiring deals. So Grover Stewart will be back for 2 more years. Graham Glasnow will be back for another year. James Houston will be back for another couple of years. So still looks like Dalton Schultz is whatever the opposite of interested is in signing with us. So we may have to look to trade him before the trade deadline in a couple of weeks, just so we don't lose him for nothing. But with all that being said, let's hop into our game against the Packers, our first divisional game. And actually, real quick, I will call out, you see the standings there towards the bottom of the screen. Every team in the NFC North is tied at 1 and 2, so I guess this is a battle for first place in a way. I'm going to go through the full standings for the league and kind of see who's been hot and who's been not, with stats and with standings, either after this game or before the next game that we play. So with that, let's hop into our primetime game at Lambeau Field. Another game in primetime at Lambeau Field. In some ways, seems like just yesterday that the Lions and Packers were battling in the final week of last season with a playoff berth on the line for the Packers. I'm going to wear the all whites again, just like we did in Kansas City. And that should be all good. I did change the quarter length to 12 minutes. We were at 10 minutes before that, just to try and make the amount of plays as realistic as possible. Looks like we got pouring rain at Lambeau tonight. I'm actually going to be attending this game in real life when it happens, so hopefully this forecast doesn't match that forecast. But it'll be our first game that we've played with any precipitation, actually, so it will be interesting to see how it impacts receiver routes. Potentially could impact, I guess, ball security too, although we have yet to see a fumble from either team through our first 3 games. So here we go against Jordan Love and the Packers. I'm going to stick with the defensive formations that have served me pretty well the past couple of weeks, and that is going to be 4-3 and dollar. So subject to change, of course, but I'll keep running them for now until it goes poorly. Aaron Jones is an X factor out of the backfield, so we'll see how the Packers handle that, given that Love is not the highest rated quarterback by any means. We saw last week the Falcons being really keen to use Bijan Robinson, their running back. So I wouldn't be shocked to see a similar kind of game plan from Green Bay. All right, looks like we got ourselves a short yardage situation here. I'm going to blitz Anzalone. It's got to be a run. Looks like a run. It is a run, and he just got it. Needed to, got 2 exactly. If we measured yardage in decimal points, I think he got 2.0 of the 2 yards. But first down nevertheless. Stewart's coming in, and he's got him. It looked like Love might get the pass off in time. But big sack for Stewart. I think that's his 4th of the year? 3rd or 4th. Fresh off the extension. Able to penetrate in the backfield and take Love down. Would be great if we could get some pressure here. We were struggling against the Falcons. We did get pressure throughout the game, but Stewart was not able to get any kind of consistent pressure. Ooh, we got bailed out by a drop there. That was potentially going to be a really big play. If nothing else, it was going to be some good yardage. So let's go with the cover 6 show 4 dollar, and let's I didn't get it off in time, but I wanted to give my guys the instruction of play into the sticks, but we're able to wrap up that screenplay pretty quickly. Joseph with nice coverage there. Take down O.J. Howard. If I'm not mistaken, the Packers signed Martellus Bennett as well. I think he's like 39. So, serious veteran. we'll take over with good field position. I hope Raymond's all right. Looked like he was dead after that hit, but I think he'll be all right. Today is also the return of David Montgomery. So excited to see that. A talented running back who we've pretty much got no look at besides a little bit in the preseason. Will hopefully alleviate the workload on Gibbs. I mean, Gibbs has been great so far for us this year, but it's tough not tiring him out. So I really love that we can go to Montgomery. I still have a lot of packages for Gibbs, so I plan on giving him a good amount of carries still. Certainly don't want him to fall by the wayside now just because Montgomery's back. All right, we find ourselves with an early 3rd down. Let's try this mesh play. I'm going to look for, I guess, either the drag routes, but actually more likely it's going to be Raymond over the middle. Let's try St. Brown. Nice catch. Tough one in traffic there. I think Jair Alexander ended up being the one who made contact too, so not easy to hold on to the ball with a 95 overall corner knocking on the door. Let's get a run for Gibbs. I got him mixed in throughout some of the single back formations and throughout some of the shotgun formations. So my plan is use him in these inside zone runs and also in the screen game. There's also a 5 wide formation or 2 where I have him as the kind of receiver. I don't love that both actually all 3 of the Packers X Factor defenders are on the side that this play is on, but it looks like we're able to make it work. So screen goes for its usual, like 10 yards on the dot. Let's go maybe try one of these formations. Yeah, they got X Factors all over the place. Or I guess maybe they have one X Factor in Alexander and then some stars like we do. So is it maybe like Superstar X Factor is the terminology for someone like Alexander and the rest of the guys are just X Factor? Now someday I'll figure out what the heck is the actual way you're supposed to refer to that. Okay, so decent pickup of 5 there on 1st down. Stick with the ground game. The hope is that Montgomery will be able to fall forward a decent amount and hopefully, run through some tackles as well. We got a tired offensive line, so I don't know how this run play is going to go. But they'd be blocking whether it was a run or a pass, so what are you going to do? Seemed to work all right. Okay, let's go Gibbs again. Maybe out of a single back. He's in some of these formations. Yeah, we'll go inside zone. We've done a pretty good job matriculating the ball down the field. Gibbs made a man miss. Ended up taking a hit stick as well, but not before we picked up some yardage. Let's go Gibbs again. I'm interested to see how this blocking will hold up. Laporta is apparently coming on like a trap or crackback kind of block, so we'll see about that. Don't know that he really blocked anybody. 3rd and 4. Let's go shotgun, and I think I'm going to stick with the ground game. Let's go Montgomery here. Unblocked linebacker is bad news. That happens with, I would say, I think we could probably safely call it alarming frequency. It's not like it's every play, but Oh my goodness gracious. We missed the field goal. I guess my accuracy is the reason why it was so far right. I mean, I steered it left because of the wind. I don't know why Jack Campbell is tired. I'm guessing he's on special teams coverage, which I think we could probably find someone else to do that. But I also don't know that I can change that. That was something I looked at, being able to change when I was doing formation subs earlier in the year, and I saw an area for special teams, but I didn't see the ability to customize, you know, who was on kickoff, who was on punt coverage. Nice play there by Campbell. Good fill. We've been able to bottle up Jones so far. 4 rushes for 3 yards. So good stuff there. I'm a little reticent to go with like cover 0 and just have nobody over the top. Stewart, nice play, man. That's huge. Absolutely huge. Let's see, they are going for it. Gonna run maybe a cover 6. I don't think they're gonna run here. I mean, it certainly wouldn't be the biggest shock in the world, but they throw for it and they pick it up. Pretty soft coverage. I guess I probably could have been in more of like a cover 2. So almost a huge stop. Pick that. Both Campbell and Sutton were there. They were, to a certain degree, like all over it, but neither could come up with the pick. Come on, Campbell. Yes, sir. Or Rodrigo. Mix those two up a lot with the mid-40s numbers. Rodriguez would 100% get a taunting penalty for that. So, kind of ridiculous behavior, but we do get a sack there. Interesting, because it wasn't a blitz. And normally we don't have linebackers rushing. So here, let's go, shoot. I wanted to set up the sticks kind of coverage, but well, that's all right. We bailed out by the errant screen pass. So the defense does tighten up despite the rough field position. And so far we got a, I mean, fitting for the weather, but real kind of knockdown, drag-out defensive struggle. I'm going to let that go. Hopefully it'll go in the end zone. It does. All right. Ground game has not been fantastic by any means, but let's stick with it. Got a zone fake here. Looks like a pretty good hole. Gibbs hits it well. First down. I don't know that the carries will always be equivalent for Montgomery and Gibbs. I think that's kind of the goal, but I guess the game will kind of be the judge of that as we go through. Honestly, a big role that Montgomery can play is just being someone who can give a break to Gibbs and just kind of break up the monotony of, well, I guess monotony is the incorrect word because it's not really monotonous what Gibbs does, but just break up the wear and tear on his body. So I'm going to look for Schultz or probably Montgomery as a check down here. I haven't run play action yet. And actually that was a really nice play by Goff and Montgomery too, because we were under pressure right away. Goff still has the play of the year against I believe Seattle it was, when he had a 4th and 2 sack. That it was, I mean, Hunter, there was a guy, it was like a free hitter who was coming, and he shrugged it off, and oh man, Dumbo move by me there, delay a game. But yeah, that 4th and 2 play from Goff of all people looked like, you know, Ben Roethlisberger in his prime, just shrugging off a sack. So bad penalty for me to take there, especially because it looked like we had a pretty good setup against the Packer defense for that play. Even if we don't end up scoring, it would be huge to get a first down right here or on 3rd down. Just because of kind of where we're at in the field and where the clock is. This would be big, so I'm going to try this play here. Since Alexander's not matched up, I'll go St. Brown potentially. You got to see what the linebacker does. We got Schultz over the middle. Good catch. Well done. Looks like we read the progression of that correctly. I don't think I have to get too cute here. I can just quarterback sneak this. This should be fine. I don't love that he's going in the direction of 97, so I'm going to move him to the left. But Goff picks it up. So we'll take that. Let's try another under center run. And a bunch of free hitters coming in. Less than ideal for sure. Gotta find more play action plays from under center that I like. Because I've had some decent ones, but in general I don't have a ton of reliable ones to go to. Nice ball. Yeah, we had to put that kind of perfectly in between Quay Walker and the safety. We were able to fit it in there. It is a pretty big bummer that Schultz has no interest in sticking around. Because I could easily see him being a cornerstone of our offense for a while. We got a good push off the line there. Alright, so let's wind this down here. I'm going to go with another run play to Montgomery. I kind of don't want to try the motion play. It might end up being just fine, but I don't want to get weird with our blocking responsibilities and eat a huge loss. So I'm going to run this down pretty much all the way. And we're going to eat a huge loss anyways. Just ridiculous. I mean, how did we lose 4 yards on a run up the middle? Goodness gracious. All right, let's take it to the 2-minute warning. At the risk of being overly conservative in my play calling, I might just run this with the idea that maybe we'll go for it if it's like a 3rd or 4th and 1-ish. Maybe we just to kind of take that and try and slam the ball at the middle, but I'm going to run with Gibbs. I'm going to give it a rip and just see. I think we're close enough that the field goal should be fine, should we need to take it, but Gibbs is going to make that irrelevant. Marvin Jones banged up on the play. So I guess aside from his injury, that's also a downer because it stops the clock, which we would really love to run right here. I mean, it forces us to take a timeout because it's in the last 2 minutes. So really just kind of a bummer all around. But big first down that we picked up. That's fine. Okay. So let's run one of these RPO plays. And I want to get Gibbs actually another carry. So we'll run this down. Gibbs has clearly been much more explosive than Montgomery. So if that continues, I mean, the carries have been pretty evenly split anyways, but we may need to consider just officially having Gibbs be our starter. All right, 3rd and 5. I'm pretty tempted to just go for another inside zone. Like I said, the clock is not going to be what stops us here, so let's wind this down as much as we can. I'm guessing if we don't get the first here, the Packers will call a timeout. They certainly should, but I don't want to risk an interception. Okay, and they do call their timeout. I think I am just going to take the hopefully, I don't want to say automatic, but hopefully it should be good to go 3 points. I mean, really good drive. Obviously would have loved 7, but the way this game has gone, especially with us getting the ball to start the second half, I think we put ourselves in a good position by just taking the 3. And I don't know if they're even going to try to score. I guess we'll find out pretty quickly, but they are going to run it out, which we haven't seen a whole lot of this year. And let's see. It does look like they're coming out with the idea of being aggressive. So let's play cover 4. Let's back everybody off. Yeah, they're hucking it. Yeah, it looks like they're going to try and do this thing. So let's go with another kind of cover 4-ish look. We go across the middle and pick up a first down, but that is their final timeout. And if we jump off sides, because if we did, that sucks. Oh my gosh, what a mindless penalty. See, that's where I wish you could, like, I mean, I guess you can't offer, like, coaching points per se, but that's the kind of thing where it's so dumb. It's so unnecessary. All right, he is back there forever and one day. Can anyone get free? Holy crap. If we can make the tackle, that's going to end the half. Yeah, so we catch a break there. I guess the lack of pass rush was actually part of the like 40 chess plan. I shouldn't have picked defend outside run. I don't know what good that's going to do. Let me see real quick if I can change that. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, let me check one more time. Just audibles. All right, well, hopefully it doesn't cost us the game or anything. Let's see if we can get some yards. Get some traction on the ground here. Ooh, Montgomery almost broke that one. I feel like I've said that a couple times this year, just where, like, insert runner here, usually Gibbs, but so-and-so almost broke it. And I'm going to wind the clock. You know, I don't really care right now to snap the ball with a ton of time left. Another good run up the tackles. It seems like defenders are pretty sticky with Montgomery in terms of, like, he will be approaching a gap or a hole, but it'll kind of get, like, warped and he won't be able to squeeze through. Oh God, snap the ball, please. Whereas it seems like Gibbs, that was actually a pretty cool blocking alignment and situation there. Gibbs seems to be able to squeeze through the cracks a little more. I really don't have any interest in throwing the ball on first down in a game like this. So let's stay on the ground until we can't anymore. Oh my gosh. You would hope, I mean, I know Clark is good up the middle, but you would hope that because Ragnow is really good himself, that would kind of alleviate some of that pressure there, but it really has not seemed to. Schultz will probably end up coming open, but I'm going to send him on a shorter route. That route looks okay, and it did until Alexander slammed the door shut on it. Yeah, I'm not doing 4 verticals no matter what. Let's see. Ooh, I kind of like the middle cross from Reynolds there. Yeah, it seems like a good route concept because you have St. Brown on the corner route potentially. I don't really know what Schultz is doing, so I'm just going to send him on a drag as sort of a check down because Raymond and Gibbs are clearing out that side of the field, particularly if it's man. I'm just going to huck it up there. I think it's picked. Yeah, it is. If we can make the tackle, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, not great. Was sort of a punt, arm punt, but they had a better return than they probably would have had it been an actual punt. I gotta say the Packers have done a good job in coverage. A lot of their route combinations that I like to use have not popped open. And I've been snapping the ball and not really knowing what it is I'm seeing, so their defense is really stepping up. All right, let's see if they run against a dollar front. They got 4 receivers. Play action draw. Oh man, we're getting some delayed pressure off the edge, but Romeo Dobbs, I guess, apparently is going to suffer for his big play, but the big play was made nevertheless.
Okay, ready? Let's go.
Audible at the line, which you don't see a ton of from the computer. And nice catch by Jaden Reed. In general, the Packers have displayed really good hands. Been very few drops. I don't know that the rain contributes to anything in that regard. But in any event, whether it was sunny and 70 or raining, they've done a good job with that.
False start, offense.
All right, false start moves them back. They're going to be in the gun. I'll try dollar again. And maybe run a cover 2, which I don't love to run because I feel like it's so vulnerable, you know, up the seams and over the top. Okay, well, Hutchinson cannot get off the block from Aaron Jones, so if that's going to be the case, then we're going to be in a lot more trouble than we might hope this year. And we've got to be able to generate pressure. We have to. There's Hutch coming flying through, and he smokes Love. Well, a sack would have been great because it probably would have forced him to punt, but as it is, they're probably going to be able to kick a field goal now. I think, not positive which way the wind is going, but in any event, this is probably going to be good. Computer normally does not struggle with field goals. Yeah, right down the middle. So Love getting that throw off ended up being really big. I think that would have certainly pushed him out of field goal range, and they probably just would have punted. So we're tied at 3 here in this NFC North slobber knocker. We're certainly in Big Ten country as it pertains to this type of game and this type of score, this type of weather. All right, let's see if we can pop a big one. Still struggling to produce any big plays. You know, we can get the 20-yard and those sorts of plays, but we have struggled to get anything, you know, 50, 60, 80. Brown picked off, should have been, yeah. We got lucky there. That's a tough one. All right, well, I took my shot, so now I should probably run the ball. Let's go to Gibbs. I can only use this one a couple more times. But we do have a lot of other similar ones. Ooh, nice run, Gibbs. Broke a tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Got us 7 more than we probably should have had. Let's go with one of these RPOs where we're just going to run the ball the whole way. Don't love that we're running right at Clark because nobody's been able to block him so far, but we're able to hold up there. And it's going to bring up 4th and inches. It's a tough one. I'm definitely going to go for it because it's 4th and inches. We should be okay here. With inches, this should be fine. And it is. Yeah. It's funny because it seems like the quarterback sneaks generally gain 2 yards, but then one time I ran it on 4th and 1, and it got nothing. So, I mean, that happens. You know, that's football. But otherwise, it seems like a really consistent 2 yards. Oh, that was pretty much perfect. We had to throw it in that particular way because if we let up 1 ounce of velocity there, I think Alexander would have been all over it, and it probably would have been 6 the other way. All right, another first down. Montgomery has not been the most efficient by any means, but he has been getting the job done. Let's run a screen to Gibbs. And let's actually run it to the other side of the field. So we're going away from their impact guys. Well, we got a lot of space here. It's going to end up being 11 yards, just like it always is, but nice first down. All right. Let's see. We can run this inside zone. Very heavily oriented towards the run. We've run 28 times to 12 passes. And a good amount of our passes have even kind of been functional runs, like screens like that, or, I mean, honestly, a lot of our drag plays are functionally like a run. All right, let's see here. I mean, if anybody can block or chip Quay Walker, or if we can throw him off the scent at all, then we'll be fine. And didn't matter because Clark blew it up, but Quay Walker was on block too. All right. Let's see. We're going to go gun here. Let's run. Problem with play action is they've been getting a lot of pressure real fast. So I'm actually going to look for... Gibbs and Reynolds end up kind of running the same route here. I'm going to look for maybe Gibbs out of the backfield or Schultz. Oh boy, we got lucky. So that was a situation where honestly I probably should have just run the ball, given that we had a kind of let's see, red zone. Given that we were very likely going to go for it with being at the plus 40. So pretty big mistake by me there, actually, not to just say, what the heck, let's run it and set up a probable pass. Brown is open, I think. No, not really. So decent drive, Peters out, as pretty much all of our drives have. And now we're trending towards having our backs against the wall. They've been moving the ball better. And I don't feel an overwhelming sense of confidence in our defense as Aaron Jones rips off a huge run and Rodriguez gets hurt. So it's all coming up Millhouse right now. one of my biggest takeaways is apparently we cannot do anything other than play close games. I guess sub Pittman in. The thing is, though, like, this is where it's frustrating. I wish the computer would recognize the reality of a situation better. So, in our 4-3, 4 linemen, 3 linebackers, right? Makes sense. We have Derek Barnes, who is much better than Pittman, who is kind of just a backup linebacker. He plays a lot in like nickel kinds of coverages. Why do we have to sub Pittman in? Can't you just recognize that Barnes is the best option if we need another linebacker and just plug him in there? Oh man, that rush was going to get home, and then it didn't all of a sudden, but we do force an incompletion. I'm guessing they might go for it. Oh, they're going to try field goal. Oh, you can kick field goals from here? God, if the computer can kick field goals comfortably from here, I mean, I guess it's, what, 55? And it looks like he missed it. All right, cool. It's not Mason Crosby for the first time in forever, it feels like. I did see him available as a free agent, though, when we were looking around. So, all right, that gives us great field position. So that's nice. And this will be our last play of the quarter. Even when we block Clark, he still makes the play. All right, we'll head to the fourth, tied at 3. Wild game. Yeah, it's hard to say if it's good defense or bad offense. Like is often the case, it's probably a combination. Let's try drive here. Like I've said though, they being the Packers have just really done a great job of disguising coverages. I feel like I don't know what I'm looking at after the snap a lot of times when I'm usually prepared going into a snap saying, okay, I know I'm going to go with this and this and this. I have not had that luxury in this game at all. I feel like I am constantly scrambling to try and figure out what it is I should run or how I should run it. So I got to give them a lot of credit for that. Oh, please block Clark. Nope, not even close, of course. Not even close, honestly. And we go from 3rd and 1 to 4th and 4. I'm inclined to just actually punt it. I don't really want to, but feels like that might be the move. Let me see if I can't get something here. Ooh, I kind of like this post-wheel drag. So we got Schultz and Montgomery probably both available. He should be open too, and he is. Reynolds, hold on. Nice catch, man. Huge play. Huge play, especially going up against Alexander. We took a chance there, and it paid off. Honestly, I don't know what runs to call anymore. We just cannot block Clark at all. There's nothing we can do to block him. This is, I think, supposed to be a trap block on him. Actually ended up working out pretty well. So a nice pickup there. Okay. Let's get Gibbs another carry. Ooh, almost hit the hole up the middle. I mean, he did to the extent of getting 5 yards and a first down, but could have been gone. Stop me if you've heard that before. We can try outside zone. I haven't really run that this year, but that doesn't mean it won't work. I mean, Raymond is going to be one of the key blocks here. This guy on the edge. It looks like it wasn't even him. Decker took him. Blocks actually held up decently, but let's see. I really don't want to be conservative to the extent of just like, yeah, we'll just settle for a field goal. Like, I mean, we've got to be able to score a touchdown at some point. But let's try another run. Pretty good traction for Montgomery there. I think we're doing a decent job of keeping him off balance. Let's try Gibbs again. I feel like we have the front to be able to run this here. And we did, but our blocks did not hold up on the edge, of course, so I don't have to take the field goal, but I'm going to. I'm guessing if the Packers do score, it'll either obviously be a field goal, or if it's a touchdown, we'll still have a chance to come down and score. I don't know. I got to really think about my offense. It's just been trending towards being a mess for, and a mess is probably an exaggeration, but it's just not as consistently effective as it needs to be. It's pretty good for a lot of the field, and then it just falls apart. And I don't know. It's hard to throw the ball. I've been fortunate not to throw some interceptions here. They've dropped some, but I mean, it feels like you're playing with a grenade. Anytime, like almost literally anytime that I throw the ball, I feel very just kind of like on edge about if I try and fit a ball into a tight window, is it going to get picked off? Part of that is the fact that, you know, Goff is not the highest rated guy. I don't have the highest rated receivers. I mean, St. Brown is the best we got. He's an 88, which is good, but not fantastic. So I don't know. Got to think about it. Got to come up with something. Try this cover 6, show 4. Man, if we could bait Love into an interception, it would be beautiful. They are going to stick on the ground. Come on. Can anybody tackle? Yeah, I mean, good for them. I would imagine the right call against that kind of formation and that sort of look. We gotta see if anyone is able and willing to make a play. Nice coverage there by Jackson. He was very sticky on Watson there. All right, they're going 3 receivers. I'm going to stay with the 4-3. I've generally been going dollar if I feel like they're passing. But I'm going to stick with this, and it looks like they are audibling to like a 5 wide set. Stewart had some pressure, but it was late. So huge play here. 3rd and 1. I think I'm going to send... Yeah, we'll blitz 1 linebacker, which looks like it's going to be Anzalone here. I will have coverage over the top just in case it's a play action. It is. And there might be a hold there too. We'll see here. Wow, it's a big call. David Bakhtiari with the hold. So this changes a good amount of what we were thinking about here. So what was a 3rd and 1 conversion now is 3rd and 11. We just need someone get a rush. Someone get a rush. My goodness gracious. I mean, we are velcroed to their offensive line. We cannot go anywhere. And I guess that means I got to start blitzing, which, you know, that's play action. And we just cannot break free here. I mean, a sack would be massive. It really would be. And they have done a good job. They've played the clock beautifully, where if they do score a touchdown, assuming it doesn't happen on like this play, which maybe it will. Oh my goodness, Jack Campbell. Interception hits him right in the hands. I'm going to actually try some dime. We haven't run hardly any of it so far, but I'm going to try it.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's not a blitz. And I wonder if they're audibling to a run here. They have Watson at tight end. It's not. Stewart and Hutchinson. Huge. Absolutely huge. With 3 timeouts, I wonder if they're going to try the field goal. And we seem to think it might be a fake. I don't know if they fake field goals. But, alright, we'll see. He missed the last one, which was from further than this. And he'll miss this one, too. Kind of a tough spot there for the computer. But, we'll take it. And they do get it off before the 2-minute warning. So, on one hand, this is usually a great opportunity to throw the ball, because the clock is going to stop anyways. On the other hand, there is often no need to throw the ball in this instance because you're unnecessarily risking things. So I'm going to stay on the ground while acknowledging that throwing the ball would be cool, but in this instance, I'm going to stay away. Well, for as much as I think our... Ooh, that worked earlier. We'll try it, see if we can confuse our linebackers. This zone fake where we give to Gibbs. It didn't seem to fool really anyone. I don't know if the timeouts are going to make a difference. But I think a screen is actually a nice call here. I'm going to run it out of a shotgun, and I'm going to Gibbs. I like the idea of a screen, though. Let's run opposite of the way their guys normally are. Looks like 97. Clark is on the side we're running it to, but that's fine. Hopefully we'll get him out of the way. They defended that about as well as you could. That's, I mean, A+ effort by them. So unsurprisingly, we do basically nothing. Let's try and put some backspin on this bad boy. That's probably going to be pretty bad. Come on, hit the backspin. No, accuracy wasn't there, so what I probably should have done is sky kick that one. But all right, see if our defense can come up with one more stop. If someone can make a play. Our offense has just crapped the bed so many times. That was odd. I don't want to run nickel at all. I'd rather just run dime. I'm trying to mix up the exact plays that I'm calling while still being in generally like a cover 4. I just really want him to have to check down. That is a different kind of check down, and I mean a good play. 10 yards, move the chains. Credit to them for having the gumption to run that. And we need to be able to wrap up. It looks like we're kind of stuck in a cover 4 now. It's interesting to me that they are getting to the line in different formations with essentially, I mean, they're saying, 8 seconds are coming off. It seems like there's pretty much no time coming off given the formations that they're coming out in. So just a lot of bad stuff going on. Now Stewart gets hurt. Let's try and blitz. See if we can mess with Love at all. One thing I do know, the Packers are winning the coin toss if we go to overtime. McNeil is there, but can't sack him. Looked like Okora got through too. That was good. That was some good pressure. I do not want to blitz my safety at all. Wish we had more like linebacker blitzes in some of these packages. Looks like they're going to stay on the ground. And they are not going to use their timeout. They're just going to go line up and call a third down play. McNeil. He does force, I think, a bad throw. So tough field goal here. Stewart might be out for a long time if he has an abdominal tear. And he'll probably be okay. I don't know that freezing the kicker makes any difference in this game. I don't necessarily think it even does anything in real life, but I guess we'll try it. They do have the wind in their favor, which helps. Yeah, it's about 49 yards. Kick is good. So I'm interested by how aggressive I want to be here. I could see disaster striking pretty easily. But we might have a chance to do something. I'm going to try and run this back first and foremost. And nobody blocks, which I think we could have said that about 12 different times today. Nobody blocks Quay Walker, which that's not good. Maybe a good guy for us to block. I'm going to try a play action here with the idea of maybe going over the top to Jones Jr. or St. Brown. All right, that's fine. Just fall on it. Yeah, that's fine. All right. And we're going to go to overtime. We've played 2 road games, and now we have 2 overtime games. Did I tell you who was going to win the coin toss? Had a feeling. It's funny when a 50-50 shot is actually like a 100-to-1 shot, apparently. All right, we got to get a stop. God, what I wouldn't give for like a pick 6, huh? Let's do this. I do not feel good about it at all, but let's do it. We have generally been running more zone than man, which is a really funny turn of events, but let's see if we can't mix in some man here. Nice tackle there. All right. Yeah, this is kind of what I was thinking about. Like, you know, sort of a cover 3, but you also have a linebacker blitz. I kind of like that look. Oh, great penetration by Hutchinson there. Beautiful. Big play. All right, so we get ourselves into, let's go back to our dollar. All right, I'm going to try blitz. I'm going to try it. I don't feel good about it. I'm going to try it. No one can get home, but Love throws errantly. Huge. All right, let's see if we can matriculate down the field. Could potentially have a decent return from Raymond. Yeah, it looks like we'll be in reasonable position here. We're starting at the 41. So we are a couple of first downs away. Let's try an inside zone split. Oh, man. Let's flip the play. Oh, boy. Go, Gibbs, go! That ended up being the perfect blocking combination there. Actually, if I were like a real football coach and actually kind of knew how to handle this, I think more blocking schemes like that where you actually like kind of let Clark beat your lineman and then take advantage of that aggressiveness and kind of have someone maybe chip him or bring like a trap block coming. I think that's actually a really creative and cool way to solve the problem of him just wrecking so many of our plays. We do move the chains. We're a nice Undertaker animation there. Yeah, that was that was delightful. All right, we're in a pretty good spot right now. We're not exactly close enough where I feel like we should just kick the field goal right now. Golly. I mean, what is Clark rated? If Ragnow is like a, I mean, Ragnow's, I think, what, 88? So what in the world is Clark rated? I would love to know. Let's try screen here. They snuffed it out really well last time. But I'm going to the opposite side. No! My goodness gracious, it was there, and Goff just... Oh my gosh. We are just absolutely falling apart right now. We bungle that, and then Penei Sewell gets hurt, which is... I mean, if there was one guy that we could not lose on our offense, it might be him, actually. And let me see, which way is the wind going? I do have the wind in my favor. So, Packers will try to freeze me. Okay. Looks like Sewell is okay, which is nice. So this is tough, man. I do not love this at all. Come on, Patterson. Beautiful. Tucked it in there. Great win. We have 10 million things that we have to clean up and we have to fix on our offense. But defense played great and battled. That's a heck of a win. Good stuff. And I guess no matter what the result of whatever happened with the Vikings and with the Bears, we are at least tied for first place in the North now. So, my goodness gracious. Let's just check out the box score real quick. Yeah, pretty rough offensive numbers. Funny that we would have our lowest scoring game in 12-minute quarter situations. So this is our longest game of the year in terms of how many minutes were on the clock, and yet we still ended up having the lowest scoring one. So we had 44 carries in general, and then also threw the ball 18 times, so 62 plays. I think that's pretty much perfect with league average, right around 60 plays. Jones ended up with 14 carries, 56 yards. We did not do hardly anything through the air. Amon-Ra had one catch. They started to sniff out the screens really well, so credit to them. And yeah, like I said, I mean, they played a great defensive game. I know there's a lot of things that I need to do better offensively, but I give them a ton of credit because they were lights out defensively. So that's a fun win there. Needed to have it and got it. All right, let's update that for Will Harris. Josh Reynolds, take an upgrade. Jameson Williams, who is 2 games away from returning. I will be very excited to see him back with his speed and potential to take the top off the defense. I think I might put him at punt and kick return too. And Montgomery, just a workhorse. It's all right. I'm gonna take care of all the stuff behind the scenes. We'll start the next video with a recap of where the NFL is at through 4 weeks. Thank you as always for watching. Take care, and we'll see you again soon.